I'm Kevin Coleman with the Sata Post, and I am at Mound City here in just north of Chillicothe with a former park ranger who has done well for herself. Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Dr. Laura Murphy, and I'm an associate professor of anthropology at Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas. So I teach all of the archaeology courses, but I did get my start here in Ohio, working on Ohio Hopewell research questions, and I formerly worked here as a park ranger at Hopewell Culture National Historical Park.
And you just gave a presentation to the Mound City chapter of the Ohio Archaeological Conference?
Yes, the Ohio Archaeological Society. And yes, I gave a talk tonight that was about a summation of my sabbatical research, where I was able to get a grant and go over to London to work in the British Museum collections facility to examine the thousands of artifacts associated with the Squire and Davis collection. So materials that have come from here, from the mounds, not only at Mound City, but also Hopewell Mound Group and other sites in Ohio. And those were sold by Edwin Davis, one of the original excavators here. The collection of artifacts from the burial mounds were sold to William Blackmore in Salisbury, and William Blackmore started the Blackmore Museum, which housed these artifacts from Ohio for a number of years until eventually the British Museum purchased them in 1931. So I was able to go to the collections and look at the state of the collections, help categorize them, help sort through them, and get a better idea of what the state of the collections are in. And to
make
be
a few corrections.
Yeah, and made a few corrections, helped just better create a more accurate inventory so that I could bring that information back to our tribal partners who are working with Hopewell culture. Tribes that were once here, like the Eastern Shawnee, the Miami tribes in particular, that I've been working with several folks to learn more about those artifacts that were once here that are now in London.
It's often lamented that some of the artifacts are there, but you learned a lot and you got partners to maybe not bring the artifacts back, but at least create a bond.
Yes, create an open collaboration and a pathway to bring more Indigenous collaborators over to the British Museum so that we can work on the questions that they want answered about some of these artifacts, such as the many of the pipes that were found here at Mound City and Mound 8. What else can we learn about that? Can we learn about the different types of tobacco? Were they even smoked at all in the ceremony, or were they just simply buried with people here? These are questions that we can definitely answer, and so part of my trip was to kind of open the pathways to that collaboration and for new research, despite all of those artifacts being away from their ancestral homelands right here on these grounds.
You said some of them they were still in the bags that was it Davis who had sold them in 1864?
Yeah, so when they were originally, some of the artifacts when they were originally collected here, such as here at Mound 3, the central elongated mound, Squire and Davis noted that there was a lot of manganese garnet with the burial. And so the raw manganese garnet chunks were still in the original cloth bags that Squire and Davis excavated in the 1840s before they were sold.
So it sounds like exploratory and sort of ambassadorial.
Yes.
Your trip.
Yes, definitely working on both of those things and just getting a better idea of what was here and what is currently being curated by the British Museum.
And you will be giving the same presentation in a week and a half?
Yes, I will be at the Newark Earthworks, so folks can join me there and learn more about what I discovered in the British Museum with the Squire and Davis collection, and that's going to be on July 18th. We're going to do kind of a tour of the Newark Earthworks with Dr. Bradley Lepper, and at noon, and then following a short break, we'll have a talk at the new Octagon Center, which was formerly the Mound Builders Country Club. So it'll be a good opportunity to come out and experience both the Newark earthworks and then talk about some of the artifacts that have been found with the Hopewell culture.
And this is all part of the World Heritage recognition, the 8 parks here in Ohio.
Yes, this is part of the collaborative effort to bring together all of the UNESCO World Heritage sites that are part of the Hopewell ceremonial earthworks, which is 8 sites in total.
So you've been meeting old friends while you're here in Ross County?
Yeah, it's been great to see people who I worked with 20 years ago, and we've kept in touch over the years, but it's really great to be back in person and interacting and sharing our knowledge and what we've learned, and looking forward to the future with the UNESCO World Heritage designation and what that means for future collaboration.
Well, it sounds like you've done some good work, and you'll be doing more with the British Museum, hopefully?
Yes, definitely. I'm in contact with the curators, and we're moving forward with future plans.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.